This is a quick video to show you how easy it is to fit the GozMod modification to your AFM pinball machine. You have to start off, of course, by removing the glass, and once you've done that, the next job is to remove the saucer top. This is simply achieved by undoing the two plastic screws which are on the top of the mothership. So I'll just quickly take these out. You don't have to remove them entirely, but I always find it is better to, then you know at least you've got them out. So once you remove those two with your screwdriver, you carefully remove the top of the mothership. I always hold the back here of the support, and whilst holding that, prising off gently the top of the motherboard, of the mothership, to reveal the board. This is the PCB with the 16 LEDs and the flasher and the connector to the pinball machine. So we'll have to disconnect this. Before we do that, it's easier to remove it from the holder first, the support, and there are 4 screws in there. Now these 4 screws can come in all shapes and sizes. I've got 3 different types in mine actually, so ignoring that, we'll just take them out and just remove the board. Hopefully, if my playback video equipment allows it, I will fast forward this point. Have to be careful here as we lift up the PC board, the printed circuit board. Have to slightly pull out the board in order to get to the plug at the back, and then with a gentle side to side movement remove it actually from the cable. Here we have then the old PCB with the flasher attached. We'll take the flasher out because we'll need that for later. Before we put in the new board, one thing to notice is the fish paper underneath. This stops the bottom of the PCB coming into contact with the metal plate. We'll need to, in order to use the GozMod, we'll need to put in 2 new pieces of fish paper because the new board is slightly different in the cutouts than the old board. And we put these in with the larger flange facing inwards. In fact, you can't get this wrong because if you put it around the wrong way, as you'll notice, it hangs over the side, which doesn't look right, and it isn't right. So we'll just put it on normally, like so. Then you put your old fish paper back in again. And as they say in America, you're good to go to the next stage. The next stage is taking your GozMod board. Here's the GozMod board. Firstly, putting in your flasher, like so. Plugging this in to the plug, plugging the cable back into the plug. You can't get this around the wrong way, so no worries there. And then carefully putting it over the 2 support sticky outy things, don't know what you want to call them, pillars, let's call them pillars, and there you go. Now you need to put the screws back in. So start off by putting in any one you like, but don't tighten it all the way down, just ever so slightly. I'm doing what I said I shouldn't do. Put in another one, for which I need a screwdriver. As I say, don't do it up too tightly at this stage. Third one. And then the last one. And once the last one's in, you can go ahead and tighten it all the way. Now, you really don't need to tighten this too much. In fact, it's not advisable to do that. So basically, just hand tight Don't overdo it. It just needs to support the PCB to the base, and you've got your locking washers at the bottom of the screw so they won't shake loose. There you go. Now at this stage I'll turn the machine on to see if everything's working, so we'll quickly turn the machine on. Sure enough, the LEDs come on, which is a good sign. We'll wait for the machine to boot up. Hopefully we'll hear a bong. Thank you. And as you see, the board is working correctly in green. So once you've verified that everything's working and it seems to be working correctly, you can turn off the machine again and fit the lid of the mothership, which is just a case of reversing. And you took it off by putting it back on. Squeeze it gently here to make sure it's actually on fully. You shouldn't get any resistance from the LEDs. And then screwing it up and turning it on just to make sure everything's working fine. Waiting for the boot to complete. And there you go. Your GozMod is installed, working correctly and ready to go. Have fun!